You think that you're better? You better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down. Degenerate into something cool. We just got tired of doing what you do.
All out yung dalawang teams.
Yung nakapuin yung maliliit, wala kami pakialam kung mas malayos sila sa amin.
Bukbukan to, walang bigayan, walang kapakapatid dito.
It will be a wrestling match as much, which I personally would rather have.
Whenever we play Ginebra, I think the pride at stake is always a big game.
Know who you're talking to?
We welcome you back to the Big Dome for Sunday Night Mania here at the PBA, a no-holds-barred battle royal coming at you live on Solar TV in a matchup that just jumps out at you. The moment you saw it in the sports pages this morning, alam mo na, uy, magandang laban ito. It's the San Miguel Beermen meeting the Barangay Ginebra Kings, two teams rich in basketball tradition and history, and for the San Miguel Beermen, a new chapter is about to unfold. Basketball addicts of the Philippines, hello and welcome to the PBA on Solar TV. Along with Dr. J. Andy Howe, I'm Vito as a team doc. We know that both of these teams are talented. We know that they're both popular, but are they championship caliber teams?
Well, maybe at the moment, you would say the way they're playing, not right now. But I think they do have the lineup to go to the championship, to go to the finals. The important thing is to be able to put it together. It's not only having talent, but being able to put it together. And you said new history for San Miguel. An old player returns to them as their head coach. Ato, the Atong Bam Agustin, will be the head coach for San Miguel starting today.
That is correct. The man of the hour for the San Miguel Beermen isn't wearing a jersey. The sixth MVP in PBA history to assume a head coaching position. Ato Agustin, today is officially his first day as a head coach of this team. So knowing Ato Agustin the way you do, Doc, what kind of basketball do you expect him to bring for San Miguel? And is it going to be different from the numbers we've seen so far in the first two games?
If you look at the numbers, points scored and points allowed, both very high. Especially in the All-Filipino, I would think that Ato would really emphasize that we must play better defense. We must try to shut down opponents to below 80, 81, 82 points. We don't want to give them 91 points where we have to really come and score more in order to beat them. Their field goal percentage also must improve. No? Definitely nothing to be happy about if you're only at 41%. You're okay with your rebounds, you've got enough big men, your assist is okay. I think the most important thing for San Miguel, play better defense against the other team, lower down their field goal percentage, lower down their scoring.
So as we officially usher in the Ato Agustin era for San Miguel, spearheading his new initiative will be their triple threat. Jay Washington, Dondon Hontiveros, and Arwin Santos. Only three players that scored in double digits in their last game, a loss to Talk and Text. It was painful. Talk and Text led for most of that ball game. They got as close as 6 points in the fourth quarter, but just wouldn't relinquish the lead.
So Jay Washington is having an MVP a year again, the way he's playing. 20 points per ball game and 11.5 rebounds plus 3 blocks. Dondon Hontiveros again has been shooting well, and I kidded him about this because in the finals against Alaska, his shooting really went down. But he's getting it back, he's well rested. And of course, Arwin Santos, all Filipino, that's his kind of game. 14 points and 12 rebounds in 2 games. But San Miguel is 1-1.
Over in the Barangay Ginebra side, this is a team that is coming off a win over Powerade last week. However, strangely enough, they find themselves in what you might call unfamiliar territory. They're used to being on top of the offensive stats, but after 2 games, they're on top of the defensive stats. Is this a sign of maybe a new direction for the Kings?
Maybe because they do have enough big men there to challenge people. Even up to the power forward position, they are really big. Rudy Hatfield returns to them, and Rudy Hatfield is known for his defensive prowess, as well as Rico Villanueva and Eric Menk, and of course Billy Mamaril. But Eric Menk will not be with them tonight, no? So that's very important as we see how the other big men fill in the shoes for a guy that plays a lot of minutes for this team.
And to tell us more about the Kings with the inside story on Barangay Ginebra, it's over now to Mika Bisantos.
All right, well, Coach Brgy Chico had very simple words for today. He said that, this is a very short elimination round, so I always have to play better than my last game. And for San Miguel, they definitely have the size advantage, which is always the problem. So Ginebra has to offset. They have to do other things to make this a faster game and to make them follow San Miguel's lead. Now, Coach Jong also talked about Coach Ato Agustin and how he believes in his system in the collegiate level. He says that this is the PBA. It's much more different, but hey, this guy is a veteran and he can surely be a threat. Now, to talk more about Coach Ato Agustin, here is Chicky Reyes.
Thank you very much, Mika. Apart from Paul Artadi, the only other change within the camp of San Miguel is in the head coach position. And yes, Coach Ato Agustin will officially call the shots for the Beermen tonight. But the Atom Bomb said that he didn't really change much from the system of Coach Shot. Sabi niya sa diskarte lang daw talaga sila nagkakaiba. Though he is the official coach of San Miguel starting tonight, Coach Ato has been calling the shots in practice since September 15. So he is confident na naka-adjust na daw ang Beermen sa kakaibang diskarte niya. Dito, Dr. J.
Thank you, Chicky, and also thank you, Mika, for those reports. We'll expect to hear more from them throughout this game, and we're now just moments away from the tip-off, so fasten your seatbelts, and we're ready to go. Keep it here on Solar TV because Sunday Night Mania is coming up next.
You think that you're better? Better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down. Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what we do.
All out yung dalawang teams.
Kung nakakapuin yung maliliit, wala kami pakialam kung mas malayos sila sa amin.
Pukpukan to, walang bigayan, walang kapakapatid dito.
Or will be a wrestling match as much, which I personally would rather have.
Whenever we play Ginebra, I think the pride at stake is always a big game.
Know who you're talking to?
There you have him, Ato Agustin, his first day on the job officially as the head coach of San Miguel. An impressive resume is what he brings here as a player. And as we mentioned earlier, the 6th MVP in PBA history to assume a head coaching position here in the PBA, joining the likes of Jaworski, Adornado, Fernandez, Kaidik, and the latest one being Kenneth Remdes.
Well, we mentioned earlier that Eric Meg will not be able to see action here for the Barangay Ginebra Kings. On the San Miguel side, they will miss the services of Danny Siegel as well as Denok Miranda tonight. There are also reports that Danny Ildefonso is a doubtful starter, but he is in uniform. It's a doubtful player, no? But he is in uniform, so we really don't know if he's going to see any action at all tonight.
A look at our starting lineups on your screens there, and referees Herrera, Barbacena, and Pineda will be taking care of today's ball game. This is Sunday Night Mania coming to you live from the Big Dome. Vito Lazatin here along with Dr. J. Andy Howe, and we are officially underway with a wrap-up of this PBA Sunday. Barangay Ginebra getting first crack at it. Hatfield out to Miller. Miller, one of 4 Barangay Ginebra Kings in double digits in that last game against Powerade. Tubig was one of them, and he knocks down the 3.
He really loves to hit that three-point shot at the corner, and Willie Miller is the highest scoring player here, but only at 12.5 points, which is below the number of a Willie Miller. He's like a 21, 22-point guy every time. So, he just got to adjust because of the fact that there are a lot of point guards as well as shooting guards on this Barangay Ginebra Kings squad.
Yancy De Ocampo out of the high post into Miller.
That's
Miller.
a nice pass.
Yancy for 3. No. Rebound by Arwin Santos. Beermen looking for their first points on the board. Washington inside. Fadeaway jumper by Arwin Santos. Doesn't roll in. Rebound by De Ocampo.
He had a nice mismatch against Tubit as he sealed in because he has that great jump. Huh? Second feed by Willie Miller, but Yancy doesn't shoot it.
Miller now for 3. Yes.
Well, he must be saying, I've tried to give off some passes. I've got 1 assist on 3 passes. You're not going to shoot it. If you're not going to pass it, I'm going to shoot it. Really good start here.
2 3-pointers kicking things off for the Barangay Ginebra Kings. Definitely a different story from their last game where they shot 22% from the field. In fact, Ronald Tubid, who hit that first three, was 0 of 7 from beyond the arc in that last game.
So 22% is deplorable. Another pass by Willie Miller to Yancy De Ocampo, and he has already missed 2 3-point shots. That is his forte. He likes to flush out there into the 3-point territory and shoot a jumper.
Challenge shot of Alex Cabagnot doesn't sink.
So far, San Miguel has found that lid on that basketball ring that they're trying to shoot on. While Ginebra, they've got a couple of 3-point shots, but not a very accurate pass. Of course, Tubid is looking for the foul as we have an early timeout here called by the San Miguel Beermen.
6 unanswered points in a little more than 2 minutes, and we've got a 30-second timeout brought to you by Handy Picks. Ang first aid ng bahay mo, bonds all, steals all. Definitely not the way Coach Ato Agustin wanted to kick off his first day on the job.
You know, they've gotten their shots. The shot of Santos was a good shot. The shot of Cabagnot was a good shot. Washington loves to shoot that kind of shot from 3-point territory or closer. It's just that they haven't fallen. But they've executed properly. They've gotten their looks. It just hasn't fallen. So maybe he wants to make sure that maybe we can try to go in a little bit more. Maybe try to get a layup. Maybe go to the free throw line. Not to have to rely on a jump shot for our first points in this ball game.
What was strangely missing from the San Miguel game in that loss against Talk and Text was their free throw shooting. It's not that they were missing their free throws. It's
they weren't shooting.
They were only there 8 times.
They weren't shooting free throws. You have to give credit, however, to the other team for not fouling.
Yes.
For getting to team penalty.
Montiveros almost lost that possession. It stays with the San Miguel Beermen, but only 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
Most teams have a nice play here for this kind of baseline inbound. There's Willie, but Arwin's going to shoot it over him. Still no success. It's an outside shot.
And here come the Kings on the run. Willie Miller.
He can block a lot of people, but Willie knows how to protect the ball with his shoulders, especially when he's ahead of you. So he's got 5 points in the ball game right now. Good big start here for Willie Miller. That's going to be a foul. Yes, the referee had to call that because Washington went out of bounds. If you don't call it, you'd have to give the ball over to the Barangay Ginebra Kings. This was something close to the force out that we had in the PBA for all the guys that were with me at the time in the 80s, no, all the way in the whole 80s. You know, there is such a thing as that. There is harm to the play in that play, and a nice 3-point shot finally.
Ending the drought is Jay Washington for the San Miguel Beermen, cutting the lead now to 5 with a little less than 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Hatfield, balik kay Miller. Miller for 3. Bang!
I tell you, when you give him that opportunity, Willie's gonna burn you. He's one of the better shooters and one of the most confident players I've ever known in my life.
That was a good shot actually for Arwin Santos. Just rattled out. Now Ronald Tubid runs into Arwin Santos. That's going to be a foul.
It's almost the same thing because you ran into his spot. He couldn't continue his dribble, so you hit him on the body, he loses the ball, and you have to call the foul. But that's just a duty foul called on Arwin Santos.
That was the direct hit coming from Willie Miller from beyond the sunset. Lead is back up to 8. Helderbrand looking down low. De Ocampo against Benici. Yancy, the hook shot, yes.
Didn't make any 3-point shots. Try to bring him closer. Nice hook there on the part of Yancy for his first 2 points and a big 10-point lead.
That's right.
So San Miguel hasn't done anything about stopping the scoring of the other team here in the first quarter.
In goes Cabagnot, bounce pass to Benici. 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
The let-go situation there could have easily been forcing a violation, an offensive foul, but last touch called against San Miguel on the rebound play.
So the Barangay Ginebra Kings with another opportunity to build on this lead. Ato Agustin trying to analyze the situation here. Things not going his way just yet. Helderbrand, labas kay Miller. Miller against the taller defender. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Yancy tries again. Doesn't make it. Look at the hustle. Rudy Hatfield from down low.
You better find him on the weak side because that's one thing he really does well is the rebound. Somebody shooting a 3-point shot, you cannot be looking up in the air. You got to find Rudy Hatfield. And right now, Ginebra is just dominating San Miguel, not only in offense, but also in defense. And this is the only guy that seems to be able to get off any good shot selection. San Miguel needs a timeout or they need a change of personnel. Oh, Willie knew he made a bad pass there.
Yancy De Ocampo wasn't there for the pass coming from Willie Miller, so this one's going back.
You see, that's the point. They haven't played with each other. This is the only team they played with each other. But if it did, that it really gives you that kind. You're supposed to be going to the basket. As a center, you're not supposed to be popping out there for a jump shot. Look at that rebounder by Duguid, wowing the fans of the Kings here at the Coliseum. It's a very nice Sunday crowd here.
Absolutely.